Hey guys, J-Man here, back again for another Days of Thunder, the awesome comics of the 90s. We haven't done one of these in a while. I do want to bring this back into the rotation. I got a lot of feedback from some other people who said they really liked this segment where we just kind of go back. Today we're looking at every comic that came out in January of 1991. We have already covered all of 1990. January to December, we covered it all already, so you can see those in the playlist. Um, and we're just going to do casually, just go through them all, some quicker than others. We'll just talk about our memories a little bit. It's a pretty loose stream. There isn't any kind of topic or agenda. We're just going to go through it all and just see where the conversation leads. Um, the next stream is going to be Tuesday, and it'll be Steve and I talking about the women's wrestling division, which I updated my shelf over here. I got a Becky Lynch thing, which you can't see, it's off screen. So I'll show that on Tuesday. Okay, so let's bring in my regular co-host for this segment.
Hey, J-Man.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Not too bad.
All right, how's my audio? I scared the crap out of our special guest today because I switched. I had that other big headset. It literally crushed my ears, and I was like, my ears are hurting. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going back to the other mic. This is a bunch of crap. And then I for some reason when I unplug one and plug a different one in, it raised the volume to the fullest.
Yeah.
So I was like, "How's it going?" He's like, "Whoa!" Like Exorcist 3, the big jump scare of Exorcist
Yeah.
3. Where that
Yeah. One of the best jump scares in history.
that
Yeah.
is one of the best jump scares in history.
Yeah.
That jump scare, I actually moved because
Yeah.
even when there's a jump scare now, it's like, I'm like, that was
Yeah.
pretty good. It's like I don't physically
Yeah.
react. But
Yeah.
Exorcist 3 is like, holy shit! I think my heart stopped. I'm like, I think I'm dead. I think I died. Ever since I saw Exorcist 3, from that moment on, I've been dead. So all this has just been fake. I never recovered from that.
This is Jason's ghost. Yeah.
This is the ghost. All right, so let's bring in our special guest for this week's segment. Where's my intro? Here we go.
What's up, guys?
So,
I mean, if
So
you're
that-
gonna give me that freaking intro, I gotta, do something cool.
Yeah, well, Conan the Barbarian is my number one favorite movie of all time, from childhood to today. It has not changed.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
only because it's one of the greatest movies that's ever existed. I mean,
It is, yes.
new classic comics.
Classic comics. Thanks for hanging out with us on the stream, man. That was a lot of fun
Yeah.
doing the Captain America versus.
I saw that, the one that I missed. Sorry.
Yes. Well, it was actually very difficult because because the way I break it down, like Sean knows, he's been a part of these, where we break it down by story, pacing, artistry, characters, and enjoyment. I call it SPACE, SPACE. And we don't just say, "Oh, I like Winter Soldier better," because we actually say which had the better story, and then we nitpick it. And then we nitpick the pacing, we nitpick the artistry, we nitpick the characters, and the enjoyment category is a free for all. You can just say, I just like this one better because I like it more. You don't have to give a reason. But when you nitpick it, I think First Avenger won out on characters because it was the introduction of Steve, and that's where we fell in love with the character in that first act of the first movie. And that kind of won us over a bit, right? It's like it's tough with sequels because the first movie's got to have that foundation to build off of, right? Class listening about the 90s comics, so you don't have to wonder how late they're going to be.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, we love. Well, I'm gonna say I love. I think Sean loves them too. I love 90s comics. I'm an Image boy. I showed up for all the Image comics. Bill's like, "What is
Gonna butt
happening?"
heads here. Yeah.
He's walked into the wrong stream. Wait, what stream is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Rob Liefeld, Marc Silvestri, Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane. Bud, how does it?
But it's fun now to collect Pit and not have to wait like 8 months for the next one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody said the timing was good.
Because I love Pit, but like it's funny I'm now starting to collect the rest of it. But I looked at what I had and it's like maybe 3 or 4 issues because I love it and I forget about it because there's so much else coming out and then it doesn't come out on time. You just forget about the thing, right? So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We're not on Image yet. So this is January 1991.
Yeah, this is before all that. I think 91 is when the first Valiant Verse stuff comes out. That's not wrestling and not Nintendo.
We're gonna see. So okay, so for people out there watching this later on, what we use is Mike's Amazing World of Comics. The link is in the description of the video. And I'm gonna put it in the chat for everybody as well. This is a great website that's used by people who want to see what came out when, and you can sort it by release date, but you can also sort it by the cover date, which isn't always the same. Do they even have cover dates anymore? They don't even have.
I don't think so.
No, they don't even have
noticed
a date.
it.
I'm just looking at Death Dealer, which is the last thing I got.
I don't have any new comics.
Yeah, I know. Our LC local I can never say that properly. Our local comic shop,
LCS?
whatever. LCS. I always end up saying LCBO, which probably I'd visit maybe more than I visit that more than the comic shop.
I was just at Gotham Central yesterday, and I bought a whole bunch. I think I spent about $78. Didn't buy a single comic.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Gotham Central is a great store. You go in there, and then there's so many toys. You end up being like, I'm gonna buy. I'm like this. I walk in, and I go, Carlos, and like he hands me my pull, and then I pay for it. No, I can't. I accidentally drove by Toys R Us. I was like, I gotta stop in Toys R Us. I bought a stupid Anakin Skywalker from Attack of the Clones figure.
Oh yeah.
Like, why? Why am I buying that? And I was walking up to pay for it. Right, there's no sense for it. I'm walking up, I'm like, why am I buying? And I just bought it and walked off. I'm like, it was like $22. Why? And so that's why I can't. But it was Toys R Us. I'm like, it's right here. I'm like, let me just pop in. I don't know.
Is it one of the 6-inch figures?
The 3 3 3/4. The
3 3/4. Oh, get the fuck out of here! That's
but they look pretty. I don't know.
I know they're better now. They can move the elbows and the knees, but still, like, come on, they're too small. They're too small. All right. Every single one of us here wears glasses. We don't need toys that small. Three people, 6 eyes between us.
That's my only one here is Bengala from the Court.
Oh, cool!
That's cool. The Court. Yeah. The only Seek figure they ever made. Yeah.
I don't want to say Seek and Destroy. Should I know? Is that...
No, don't say that.
It's a good Metallica song.
Yeah.
I just got my oldest son doesn't know it yet, my 9-year-old, but for his 10th birthday in June, I just yesterday got my cameo in from Dave Mustaine.
Oh shit!
I know.
Oh, you did a cameo. Oh, so you did one. I was looking at the cameos. I wasn't sure if did it work? Like, did you get it? Like, was it all smooth? Like, you just paid?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did 3 of them. The first one I did was Danhausen from AEW because he was only $40. He's always $40 for the most part. I did Robert Picardo, the guy who played the Doctor. Yeah. Yep. I did that for my wife, and she's like, that was days ago. She still hasn't fully processed that. He talked to her and knew stuff about it. It's like, Robert Picardo knows who I am. It's like, yes, he does, and you're welcome. And just, I'm saying. And now I got one for my oldest son from Dave frickin' Mustaine. So, and I've got to sit on this until June. I can't give it to him until June. So, man.
It looks really neat, and I've seen some of the like you can see like a bunch of like 3 or 4 like not clips, but like ones that they've done, so you get an idea for what it's like.
Yeah, you got 200 characters total to type in whatever you want. Just be smart. Don't, if you're going to use acronyms, make sure that they're very well-known acronyms that this person should know, and just put in everything you possibly can. You could spend usually like $100 to get an extra 200 characters. Get though.
Yeah, you don't need all that.
I just got finished paying $400 for you. I'm going to pay you another $100. Get out of town, man.
That's like some of these Galaxy. I sometimes get autographs from GalaxyCon, but I don't. If they're personalized, I like having it personalized. And if they don't personalize, I'm not doing it. But I saw Benedict Cumberbatch and Hugh Jackman, and it was like $400 or $500 American. And then if you want it personalized to Sean or to Bill, it's another $150 American. I'm like, it's like
that's stupid. See, that's stupid. There are a lot of guys out there, a lot of comic book guys who will tell you flat out, I will give you a free autograph if it's personalized.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
That's what Donnie Cates does. That's what Bob Layton does. Did Tomasi do that? No, but Charles Soule did that. Like a bunch of people do that, you know?
Mhm.
And I got, oh God, he slipped my mind just now. Damn it. Lemire, Jeff Lemire. Yeah, all of these guys, they'll sign anything. But the thing is, if it's not personalized, you can resell it. So,
Exactly.
people
Yeah,
think it's like,
and
it's a
you know
resell
that.
ticket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
All
it's
my stuff is
personalized,
personalized. I'm not selling my stuff.
I'm being buried with this. I'm going to have a tomb. I'm taking it all with me. I'm taking it all. All right, let's share the screen here.
Like a pharaoh. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we're at. This is the Mike's Amazing World. Now, Bill, I think we've gone through. This is issue number 54 of NAM, which is the first one on here. I guess because it's technically like, I don't know why it's first, but I guess
because the
it's
apostrophe.
got the apostrophe, so I guess
Yeah.
that makes it ahead of the alphabet, right?
In Arabic, that's called the Hamza, which is
Hamza?
actually the first letter of the alphabet. Yes. And you got to remember, we have an alphanumeric alphabet. Alphabet actually comes from Alif, Ba, Ta, which are the first three letters in the Arabic alphabet,
Oh
aside
my
from
God.
Hamza, which can't be spoken. It's a guttural stop. So like an uh-oh, that is what a Hamza sounds like.
Oh, interesting.
So that's what you get for having an English professor
Yeah,
on.
this is yeah. I got my 56 in physics. So if any in advanced physics, I got a 56. So if anybody needs any somewhat average knowledge of physics, maybe I can help you out. I think I got 60 in chemistry though, which is pretty good. Because chemistry is pretty.
It's the father of science.
I'm the father of science. I agree. Yeah.
Let's talk about chemistry, but sure. Speaking of which, how do you make gunpowder? Chemistry, man.
I have no idea. I would be the most useless person. You know, whenever they go back, whenever people go back in time in movies, they're always a lot smarter. I'm like, man, if I went back in time, I'd be super useless. It'd be like
that's most of us, though.
Yeah, it's like okay. So NAM. Now this is one that Sean and I kind of always gloss over, but Bill, I think I'd heard you talk about this before. Did you collect this comic or?
Yeah, I did.
So
yeah, I didn't have like all of them. It was on one of your streams, and Chris the Comic Vet was on, and he, what do you call it? He was talking about war comics, and I mentioned the Nam and a couple other ones, and he was like, "Holy crap! I actually forgot about the Nam somehow." And that was an amazing book, and it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more realistic. I mean, they had Punisher and stuff in there every so often, but
yeah, he was in. Was he in only one issue? Wasn't he?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember a lot of heroes and stuff in that. It was mostly about the wars. That and Semper Fi. I remember those two being like serious war comics. So,
yeah.
All right.
Sergeant Rock was, there was.
Well,
right?
It was good, but it wasn't. It was almost like the Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos. There was some serious stuff in there, but for the most part, very light comics code worthy.
They're very Two-Fisted Tales type of stuff. Like EC Comics, like in the 60s. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to mention, too, that because of my setup, when I'm looking at the other screen, I might not see you guys.
Okay.
I have it set up so that I don't see you, but I want to be able to see comments as they come up. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to wave me down or if you're talking, I say something over you, it's not it's just because I can't see you. Okay, so
signs.
Yeah, the next batch here, besides Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, there's a few Supermans in here. So I actually had this one, Adventures of Superman 475, and I remember this cover like big time.
A great cover.
Everyone doing the beatdown.
This is like one of those, this is like one of those Superman is a dick things, but like it's like Flash, Batman, and Wonder Woman are dicks. Like, why are they beating up Superman here? Did you have this one, Sean? Did you have that one, Sean?
No, I have the Action Comics though. I think everyone has that one.
No, I don't have this one. I think it was hard for me to get.
I remember this being covered on the news. It's like it seemed like anytime some shakeup for Superman happened, it was on the news. I don't know if it was a slow news day or what. But
no, they were actually really good. Not Mort Wiseman. What the heck was his name? Oh, I know his name. The guy who was in charge of DC at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was really good at press releases.
Yeah, apparently.
So they put that stuff out, and
yeah.
Yeah, so this is Roger Stern was the writer of this one, according to here. It was a cover price of $1 back then. Wow, that's
Yeah,
now
I
these
remember
comics are
the headlines
$10.
on news and news outlets being like, after 50 whatever years, like Clark Kent finally reveals his secret, and it's like, oh my god, like
Did he actually reveal in this one, Sean, or did you remember, or was this all fake?
it's at the very end. I think Silver Banshee keeps attacking him just as he's about to tell her. And
Mhm.
then if I remember correctly, like she comes out of the walls and like beats him up and stuff. And finally at the end he finally subdues her, goes back to her, and then there's a big splash page where he reveals that he's Superman. Um
Okay.
if I remember correctly, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it does happen. It's not
It
like
does
some
happen, yeah.
Elseworld bull crap or yeah.
It's not like Batman number 25 by Tom King.
Yeah, what happens there?
Yeah, but what
I don't
happened in
read
that
Tom
one?
King, so
Where he's like, the wedding is coming, the wedding is coming, and then
Oh,
the
yes.
issue for the wedding, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, the people were kind of pissed at Tom, and then I think didn't he finish
I
it off?
was.
Like, didn't he do a miniseries to finish it off or something?
Who the hell? Yeah, they did Batman and Catwoman. Nobody cared
Yeah,
at that
nobody
point. We
cared
were
about
done.
that.
Like the comic books, like Gotham Century. You know how much Carlos spent to have the Brampton Batman and a whole bunch of other
Yeah,
cosplayers show up to do the wedding reenactment thing, and then they turned out like they read the comic book like, holy crap, there's no wedding. So
yeah,
they had to do this stupid thing instead. Everybody was bored and we're like, what the hell is going on? We read the comic book, that makes sense. And yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, that's a fail. AD&D, I play Dungeons and Dragons all the time,
I still
but
do.
I still do. Yeah, I played it last Monday, and I'm playing it next Monday. No, not next Monday, the Monday after. Um, but I never read any of the comics.
It's
I don't
amazing
think,
how many TSR comics DC produced in this time. It's like
yeah,
Forgotten Realms,
yeah,
Dragonlance.
Dragonlance.
That
Spelljammer.
was just so big at the time. Dragonlance,
Yeah,
like that was some of the best.
yeah,
I think I still have the books. Oh no, I have my magazine box in front of it.
yeah.
But
Everyone
I do have
read
my
at least one book.
I do
Yeah,
have some of my D&D stuff here though.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
But yeah, the Dragonlance stuff was amazing. But this was good too.
Okay, so Super Mario, did you get this, Sean? I know you got all the Nintendo
I
ones.
have this exact comic for
You have
Super
this comic?
Mario.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a lot of Valiant Nintendo stuff, and it's funny because for years I was like, these little crappy comics. And then one day, a few months ago, I went on eBay and I'm like, holy crap! And all of a sudden, I treat them like gold. They're like they're like $100 each or something, or
What?
$70. It's like it's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, now, Alf, we talked earlier. You guys both. Oh, I love how this corner is the
Yes.
entire cover. That's super funny.
All the Alf comic books are fun. What's your favorite cover, Sean, for Alf?
My favorite cover is the one where they claim it's a 3D cover, and it's like it's Alf in 3D, and the bottom the glasses are ripped out. Like an idiot, I thought that it was
I
a
remember that
comic that
one.
included glasses, so I bought it. And then I'm like, oh wait a minute, and it's the joke, and I'm like, oh, I get the joke now. Joke's
Yeah.
on me too. So
The
yeah.
I think it was issue 8 or 10. What was the name of his girlfriend from Melmac?
Oh, I can't remember her name. Yeah.
Whatever. It said, so and so is back. And then Alf was like, and her front too.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
There's
Her
a
name is
classic.
Wanda.
There's a famous cover where he's wrestling an alligator, and it looks really inappropriate, and they had to change the art and then do a second printing.
That's a
Um,
shame.
I can't remember what issue that is, but it's coming up though in a coming month.
I think I was 12 when or maybe 13, but I think I was around 12 when I started collecting all of these. I started with issue. Did these come out at the same time as the second volume of Wolverine was coming out?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like they were.
Yeah.
Maybe the numbers actually match because I remember I started with issue number 8 of Wolverine,
Yeah.
and then I was able to find those again really quick. But
Yeah.
I think I started around 10 for Alf, and I
Yeah.
found the other ones really quick.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much in sync. Wolverine this month was
So
on
yeah,
issue
say
57, and Alpha's what, 38 or 39?
yeah.
39. So
It
pretty close.
lasted quite a few issues,
Holy
man.
crap! So I'm right. I literally called that exactly. Issue
Yeah.
number 8 and issue number 10. Damn, that's a good
Yeah,
memory. Hold on,
that's good.
I got to
That's
do a
good.
tour.
Yeah.
47 years old, gents.
Alien Nation is a cool movie. I didn't really watch the show. I didn't get the comics.
Oh, I
don't
love
know
the
if any-
show too. Yeah.
I have the Marvel Comics graphic novel Alien Nation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which was supposed to be like the movie and whatnot.
Yeah, I didn't even know they made that. I'll get that.
Yeah,
Alpha
I've got most of
Flight.
the Marvel Comics.
The movie, yeah.
Not the movie. The graphic novels.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
The first one was the death of Captain Marvel.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah. I love the super special magazines, like the Marvel, the movie ones.
Yeah.
You know, like Xanadu and stuff. It's like stuff that you'd never think they made a comic on.
I like Xanadu.
Oh
Are you talking about
so many of
the
them.
Xanadu comic is awesome. You know, the Santa Claus, Santa Claus the movie.
Yes.
No, the movie is shabby, but the comic is
Whoa.
amazing.
That was a really good movie, and I love the theme song for that.
Well, okay, I saw it in the theater. I do love it, but I thought most people don't like it, so that's why I said that. I was going with the crowd. So
I like it.
Sean, we don't do
What's
that
your
here.
favorite color? Fuchsia. It would be. It's a good movie.
It's cool, but
you know what else was cool is Alpha Flight. It's so funny how nobody talks about Alpha Flight, but this was one of the best-selling comic books back in the day.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten the first like maybe 20 or so, and then I kind of don't have any. Like I've got number 1. I think I'm missing like number 2, but I got like 3, 4, 5. I think up to like 20 or so I've got them all, and then this is where am I? Number 94. Wow. So that's pretty damn good.
A lot of people seem to drop off around issue number 35 or so. So you're right in that mix, yeah.
And I can't even tell you why. It's just random. Usagi Yojimbo here in Amazing Heroes.
Usagi Yojimbo, the
Amazing Heroes is
bodyguard rabbit.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty good. So Amazing Spider-Man. Sean, did you have this one?
Boomerang.
Everybody had this
Spider-Man
one.
Anything, yeah.
See, again, I don't think this is in the time period where this is like in transition mode. I'm not old enough to go to the comic shop on my own yet. So this is still what we call like the convenience store.
Yeah,
like,
this is convenience store stuff. It's like
this is convenience store stuff. And my convenience store was up in a place with a lot of kids. So you had to like be on. So all the Spider-Man titles, I'm missing in betweeners all over the place.
I snapped every single one up. The Michelini era for me is the best. I think he's an underrated writer, and I think he did a lot for Spider-Man. So, you know,
and this looks cool.
Yeah.
Angel and the Ape number 1. I don't even know like what is this.
Too many apes back then.
That's random.
Put an ape on the cover, it'll sell.
Exactly. Yeah, you know that. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Oh, Innovation. Yes, I never got.
Yeah, and he's sold in convenience stores too, like Innovation Comics, Continuity Comics, all that stuff.
2 Animal Mans came out this month. And this is one that I discovered way after. Like I'm talking about going back and getting some of these in trades because I did not really know about them.
When you're a kid, this doesn't look exciting. So,
no, it didn't look exciting. Like
exactly. I never bought these when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Archie, I guess we can skip those. Is anyone collecting? Archie,
look, I mean, much respect to Archie. They've made it work for decades. And everyone just poo-poos them, but they make money, so...
My wife likes Archie. She met Dan Parent and got his autograph and stuff.
Yeah.
Parent's a really cool guy.
Atomic Age number 3. I don't know this.
Never heard of it.
Interesting. Avengers 3. West Coast Avengers I definitely have because I have almost every issue of West Coast Avengers.
West Coast Avengers is one of those sleeper things that if you knew, you knew.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was
really like it.
Really amazing.
A lot of fun,
yeah.
Which Avengers is that?
330. So this is
Operation.
Larry Hama is the writer on this one.
Nice. Is this Operation Galactic Storm or right around there?
I think we passed that actually because we were talking about that before with Nebula and all
that's
that.
like Nebula's first appearance, or is that's her?
Nebula's first appearance was way before that.
Way before that. Maybe it was the cover because I remember I had one where I was like, I've never seen this person on the cover before, but
the whole roster was Circe and She-Hulk and all that. That was usually where I was.
Yes, you like that,
Vision and Gilgamesh turns up and
you like those, right?
I love all of that. And I love Circe. It's funny. Avengers was one of those things where, like, I love a lot of the characters from Avengers. Like I love She-Hulk in Avengers, and I love Circe in Avengers. So
Okay,
Right.
good point. You love She-Hulk in the Avengers. Did you like her solo stuff?
Not as much as I liked her in even Fantastic Four.
Couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her solo stuff. It was
It
it was
depends
the
who's writing
worst.
her. Yeah.
Even if Byrne was doing it, I was Byrne, in my opinion, is a pervert. But every single thing this guy's ever done is showing some half naked,
Yeah.
some almost 97% naked woman. It's like, bro, get a room.
Yeah, but there's an Avengers issue where She-Hulk and Spider-Man are talking about salary, and she tells him how much she's paid, and they have the exact amount in the comic, and then he tries to join the Avengers. I like that. I just like She-Hulk. She's friendly and nice and cool in Avengers and all these other books. Her solo stuff, not so much. So
Yeah.
Well, that none of that translated to the screen anyway.
Yes, yeah.
I never read any of Savage She-Hulk, but I read the first 12 of Sensational She-Hulk recently in anticipation of the show, because people kept saying the show is going to mimic Byrne's early stuff with She-Hulk on Sensational. I was like, oh, let me read that. I'm like, oh, this is pretty amusing. It was pretty fun. Then I watched the show. I'm like, this isn't fun at all.
Well, you gotta be clever to adapt.
Yeah, like it wasn't clever either. Like whether or not John Byrne, had some personal stuff, but like it wasn't. At least it was clever. Like this wasn't clever at all. This was it's really awful. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Batman 460. I don't think I have this one, but I'm not sure. No, I don't have this one.
Grant. Wow, that's going back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have this one.
I was buying your stuff at the time, so.
Do you have this one, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So we got some more Archie
classy
stuff.
Thing to do because you're still high off that first movie, so.
Right. Blood and Guts. This is Malibu, but I never.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but
never seen that one. Books of Magic. Any Books of Magic fans?
Yes, actually, I talked about this on my channel the one time. Yeah, Gaiman.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was a fan, but it was just one of those things where it's like it's very different,
Yeah.
It looks Neil Gaiman-ish, right? Like,
was that Salazar, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Cadillacs and dinosaurs, man.
Heard of it?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I like these, and they had a cartoon and an arcade game, and there's a whole thing for a bit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Captain America.
There's a Fox cartoon.
So I don't own this one. I think Captain America about 290 something to about 350 something was my Captain America, and then I kind of dropped off, so I don't have this one. Did anyone get this? This was
I know I had this because the gold. I think that was actually a gold foil cover. Also,
I think it is.
Oh, yeah,
you
just
can't
go with
tell
the foils. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of these, and this was let's see, it was before this that Grunwald was on it. When did Grunwald die? Was that 96?
I'm not sure when he died, but he's definitely before this because the Grunwald stuff is what I know, which is
The Acts of Vengeance. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Acts of Vengeance is awesome. That's the ones that I grew up actually reading and stuff, and I liked. And they killed Battlestar, and in that show, that Falcon. They did a lot of damage to these great characters in that show. That's why it actually pissed me off more than the other shows because some people are like, "Oh, it's okay." I'm like, "Yeah, but you killed Battlestar, who I legit liked as a kid. I thought this guy's pretty cool."
They did a lot of stuff. They messed with D-Man. They made him mentally handicapped. Like they did a lot of stuff. They were not holding back with this comic book. There were casualties.
Like, I mean. All right. Okay. So Captain Adam. I never collected any cat. I'm sorry. I don't hate this character. I just never got into it. Harlock. This is a manga pretty much, but basically transformed into comic style, like American comic style. But Harlock is a cool character. Cat and Mouse. Don't know this one at all. Cerebus, Bill, were you a Cerebus guy? No, I wasn't.
No, a lot of people around me are, and for some reason, I just never got into it.
I bought a couple of the big phone books, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't get into it. Like I wasn't a super fan after that. I respected them, and I moved on.
They still make them to this day, which is it's a testament.
Really, he died though. The character dies. And then they ended the comics, so I don't know if they're just doing flashbacks or something now, or I don't know.
It's a
here
comic
we
book. They
go.
brought him back.
Yeah.
Challengers of the Unknown #1. So this is a new #1, obviously.
We're just trying to bring them back and just keep the copyright, right? So
right.
Yeah.
So okay, I never got into any of these. Cheval Noir.
Is Challengers not created by Kirby, or I know Kirby worked on it?
I thought it was. I thought it was created by Kirby.
Yeah,
it was.
Not this, but
not this.
No.
Yeah.
No, this wasn't done by Kirby, but the creation.
Yeah. Cheval Noir.
Cheval.
Cheval.
Black Horse.
Classic Girls #2. Okay.
Yep, looks like some 90s stuff.
I know, I love it. This is we always say that on here. I was like, oh, this is the 90s. Welcome to the 90s.
Dude, I went through puberty way too early because of certain comic books.
So which one is this? They're doing
Devil's
Dictionary, and there's other stories in here as well. So interesting.
I love Classics Illustrated.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that story, but yeah, the Classic Illustrated is where it's like these comic books made us a lot smarter than we had any right to be.
Yeah.
This one is
we became cultured.
Secret Agent. Nightbreed, loved the movie, never read the comics. I had the novel, which is Cabal, the novel, the Clive Barker novel.
Nice.
I never read any of the comics.
Now the comics were they expanded on the story a whole lot more, showed the War of the Gods and whatnot. Yeah, amazing movie. Gods, all of this stuff was just amazing.
All right, Conan. Okay, so this is Conan's Saga.
The magazine that just reprinted the Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, these are the reprints. but the covers are
they're awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. So here's the legit, quote unquote, legit Conan the Barbarian. Oh, Red Sonja. This is an awesome cover. Oh, Jim Lee, of course. Hello.
There you go. This was when Roy Thomas stopped around. Actually, right around this time. This might be
he's still on. So he's still on this one. So it might maybe the next few.
Huh. Yeah, I by 250, I think he was done, and this comic book only went up to issue 275, and then it was over.
Yeah,
I think right after Roy Thomas left, and you guys know Roy Thomas is the reason why your favorite movie was made.
Yeah.
Okay, you know all that stuff.
I got the hardcovers of some of his stuff, and I got this comic. I not the real ones, but I just buy the trades. I bought all the trades of Conan, Savage Sword Conan, King Conan, this one. I don't know, whatever else.
He co-wrote Fire and Ice. So
I mean, Fire and Ice, we just did a Fire and Ice. Well, yeah, you saw that. We did the Fire and Ice stream. I love Fire and Ice. Okay, I know. This is awesome. Obviously, these are all good. But this is a wicked cover. This looks like, whoa, like this is intense, right? Like this is
it was. All of them, they were.
So here we go. We've got Bullseye.
And Nascenti, like, I don't know, there's a lot of people who sleep on Nascenti's Daredevil run, but I think those people maybe,
I'm so happy you pronounced the name, because I cannot pronounce the name.
Oh, yeah, Nascenti. I'm friends with her on Facebook. We've actually met before. That's why she did the friends thing. She's a wonderful person. She's super sweet, even though she's gruff and could probably drink probably all three of us under the table. And she's really knowledgeable, and she actually cares about these characters. So yeah.
What? That's insane. How can you care about the characters?
I would do something like that, right?
Dark Horse Presents,
which I would buy and then realize it's black and white and just chuck it aside. I was a stupid kid.
Dark Hawk #1. Oh, #1. Is this the legit #1?
No.
I read Dark Hawk for a bit and then I stopped.
No, this is not the original Dark Hawk #1. There's no way.
It can't be, because #1 was in '89, no, or maybe it was this year.
No, it could have been. It wasn't Danny Fingeroth either. It was the guy who did Transformers. Why don't I remember his name?
Bob Budiansky.
Bob Budiansky, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh no, that was Sleepwalker. I'm sorry.
That came out around the same time, no?
Yeah. And it's funny. This comic book and Sleepwalker, we all looked at and we were just like, these aren't really good comic books. But by today's standards, this is like the Moon Knight run.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
This
It's
is the
very
number
basic
one.
stuff.
this is like reading Joe Fixit. This is
Yeah.
like, holy
Oh, I
crap.
loved Joe Fix. I know we liked Joe Fixit. That was cool.
But this is like he discovers a rock, it turns him into this thing. What's that all about? He tries to figure it out. It's very like pedestrian stuff. But nowadays it's like asking to pull teeth or something. It's like it's too much for these people, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked it. It
Preview.
was cool.
This is sneak preview. I don't
The
even
preview,
nice.
yeah, I
It's just a
remember
preview,
that.
so that's nothing. Okay.
That was like just distributed for free.
Dead Walkers. What the
The
heck?
fuck?
This is like the pre-Walking Dead or whatever.
There's not even a writer.
I don't know. Yeah,
It must have been
Malibu.
reprints of something.
Yeah.
And it's too small to see. I can't really see.
But I don't see any creators on there.
Death World.
Hey, Harry
Harrison?
Yeah, I was like Harryhausen. I was like, wait.
Not Hausen.
Yeah, I
I was thinking the same thing.
I thought it was Harlan Ellison.
Oh my God. Okay. This is
would've
why
been
we
good.
wear glasses.
This nobody's on this.
Yeah.
The Demon Etrigan. I collected some of these because I thought they just looked cool. This is issue 9.
This is a character who he was in his creation. It is just one of the most. This should be the most amazing character ever.
Yeah.
And it just seems like people just can't get him right.
Yeah, I think so. I bought the toys of him. He's just a neat.
The old DC classics, the Legends classics. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, where it's like this or whatever.
Yeah, they were sold in the Toys R Us's back in the day. Oh yeah, great freaking toys, man.
Like, okay, where is I lost where I am. Oh, here I am. Okay.
Destroyer
#1, baby. So I've got this one. It's
nice.
Not loading for some reason. Oh, it is loading. Oh no, is this the magazine? I can't
That's
tell.
not the man. It's a floppy.
That's a floppy.
Yeah, it's a floppy.
Oh, that got me sick because I got the magazine.
I didn't know they made floppies, to be
honest.
Me
neither. Damn it! Now I gotta get this. I love Remo Williams. I read the first 3 or 4 Destroyer novels.
Oh, so you know about? Okay, that's awesome. You guys know the history of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Sean, I figured for sure you would, but J-Man also nice.
He's collecting the magazines, J-Man. So
I got I just need 2 more. And there's only 9, so it wasn't a big deal to get. But Sean helped me. Actually, you helped me out in that last one. I missed that, and you're like, "Did you have this?" I was like, "Shit, no." Sean and I help each other at the shows, which is next Sunday. There's one next Sunday.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the last Doc Savage magazine.
Yes.
Complete. There's only 8 of them, so I don't know.
And that guy, that guy's been purged. We took there's that one magazine guy we like literally cleared. It's like there's no Doc Savages, there's no Destroyers. Most of the Conans were gone. It's like we purged that guy.
That's like me trying to get all my Hawkman stuff.
I love Hawkman. What he's
next show you guys go to? Give me a ring.
We're going
the 19th.
9th. So yeah, that
is it the 19th? I think so.
Yeah.
On 19th. A Sunday?
It's what's Family Day next? What's Family Day? Monday?
I haven't been in Canada that long, dude. I'm an American, remember?
Yeah.
Family Day is the 20th.
Okay, so it's 19th then.
Which is Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a Sunday. So we're going.
I totally forgot about Family Day too.
Give me a call.
It's a little bit of this one's a bit of a mess up because I'm gonna. Well, Sean and I will be there super early for opening, and then I can probably only stay an hour or so, an hour to an hour, maybe hour to 2 hours, and I might have to go back because it's a Family Day weekend. But anyways, Destroyer. I didn't know they had these. I have to get them. 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I will look into that after the stream. Detective. Do I have this one? I don't think I have this one. This is Wolfman and Aparo. I should have had this one, but I don't have it.
Mike DiCarlo, one of my favorite people.
Yeah, I don't have this one. Did you have that one, Sean or Bill?
No, I don't think so.
Dr. Fate. I always liked I always wanted to get into Dr. Fate, and I never did. I don't know why. I just couldn't get there.
I think it was the 4th Dr. Fate who was the son of Hawkman.
Oh, cool.
The 4th Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Hector Hall.
Hector Hall. Yes, okay, yep. Doctor
Hall.
Strange, I don't have this one, but I have almost every issue of Doctor Strange Volume 1.
This is Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme, mind you.
Yeah, Sorcerer Supreme number 27. They kept rebooting his thing. Hey, Ron, how's it going?
Hey, Ron.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Ron.
I'm missing like 3 or 4 issues of Doctor Strange Volume 1. I've got number 1. I've got like 1 to 60, and then I've got like I'm missing like 68. There's only 80, and I almost got
there's
them
only
all.
80, and it ends with him destroying all of his artifacts, which is just amazing.
Which is crazy, but yeah. I might have number 80, but yeah, I went hardcore Doctor Strange when the movie, the other movie that come out. I'm like, I have to get all of these, and I got number 1, and it's signed too, which is pretty good. It was expensive though, so that was not great. But okay,
these were great comics because of the back. They always had like the Tales of the Darkhold. I guess this one is the Werewolf by Night, the Legacy of the Wolf, and stuff like that. They always had those backup stories that gave a history of the magic of the Marvel Universe, which was just people who didn't read Doctor Strange missed out on so much understanding of the history of the Marvel Universe.
Is this before Midnight Suns? I think it is, right?
Yeah,
it should be. That was like
because I feel like
that was like 92, right?
Strange led up to Midnight Suns because there's a Darkhold comic in amongst all that as well.
Oh shit! I've got duplicates.
I collected that whole run of stuff because I love Midnight Suns. So
shit, yeah.
And like Blade looked like Mario Van Peebles because I'm pretty sure that's who they wanted for the movie, and then they because he looked exactly like him. I'm like, well, when they do this, that's what they want to do, right? But yeah.
All right, so that's pretty Doom Patrol, which I always thought looked interesting, but I only got into it later. This is Grant Morrison, so
this was the most famous run.
Yeah,
I bought all these on digital on Comixology before Comixology pissed me off. So
Richard Cates, nice.
Oh, Penciler, Richard Cates, yeah. So these are good. More Doom Patrol. Oh, there's Flex Mentalo, which is really neat.
From Doom Patrol,
From Doom Patrol.
Mentalo,
whatever. Dragon. Oh, here's Dragonlance. We were just talking about that, number 28. Wow.
Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. I'm friends with
and
both
they wrote
of them on Facebook too.
And they wrote I think they did at least most of the novels in the beginning of Dragonlance. Like they started off, and then they just actually came back. They just wrote a new. It just started last year, right?
Cool.
Yeah, because they're bringing back the Dragonlance world into the game. But
I bought it.
Now everybody's backing out of the game. They're ending D&D Beyond, all that stuff. It's getting too woke.
We can talk about that another time. But I bought Dragonlance, and I'm just it came with an adventure, and I've never played Dragonlance, so I might do that. I'll see how it goes, but like I'm thinking about it. What is this? Malibu.
Elf Lord
Chronicles. Wow. No, I never got into this one. Excalibur. I'm kind of like on and off with Excalibur. It's not like.
Yeah, I was never able to really get into it.
Yeah, I really wanted to.
I tried. Like, I love Kitty Pryde.
Me
too. What I'm saying? And like, that's where Nightcrawler went. Rachel Summers. I really liked the characters. I just couldn't. It was just too corny, too campy to me. But of course, this is also where they introduced the idea of the 616 universe and all the extended universes and the nomenclatures for all of them. This was such an important book, and it kills me. It pains me, but I really just could not get into it.
Yeah. Fire Team. Oh, Fire Team number 2. We have a number 2. Is this our first number 2? I think it is. I'll have to play our thing. Hold on. Oh no, I don't have it anymore. Did I lose that?
Did you get rid of it?
No, I couldn't have.
There's no way.
No, there's no way. I got it.
It's buried somewhere. Yeah.
No, I got it.
All right.
I'll have my revenge, and Deathstalker too.
Brandon Tenold just did that like a couple weeks ago. You watch his videos?
No.
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah. He's out in Alberta or someplace like that, and he actually does old campy classic movies. Dude, you would love his channel, Brandon Tenold. Go check him out.
Put it in the private chat, and I'll check it out. Anytime there's the first number 2, we always play Death Star 2. Flash, I like the Flash. I just never did it.
I like what you said one time. If you're a Flash fan, you just buy this one comic and that's it. There's no spin-offs. There's no like 3 titles you gotta buy and all that. You just buy this one every month for 40, 50 years. And
yeah, no, I know. This is one of the reasons I do like the Flash. It's like you just buy the Flash. Hi, I collect the Flash. That's it. There's not 14, the fastest man alive. Then there's Flash the Scarlet Speedster, Flash the Flash, Flash. Like there isn't any of this bullshit. Like I was collecting Superman, and they started to put those little pyramids.
Yeah,
to
the little
tell
triangles.
you the
Yeah,
numbers within the numbers. I'm like, I just like no.
they claim to bring them back, eh? But
Oh God.
the
Well, there's a lot of
triangle
Superman
numbers.
stuff coming back now, but it might be too little, too late. Fool Killer, yes, we've talked about the Forgotten Realms, more TSR stuff. From the Darkness, no. GI Joe, guys, are you GI Joe guys? This is number 110. Is this the end? This is coming up to the end.
No. It's got
How
ways
many-
to go.
Oh, is there still ways to go?
Wow, yeah.
Oh, what was the how long did GI Joe? I never bought any GI Joe comics.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I
always-
had
remember-
number 1, but I was a kid.
I know Transformers ends in 91. With issue 80.
With 80.
Yeah.
In in
Um,
a 4-issue
In a
limited
4-issue,
series,
I was
which is
gonna
the
say
best,
that,
the
yeah.
best. I cried when I saw that. Like I actually got
Yeah.
like misty eyed. I'm like, oh my god, they remember the history of this.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
To this day, I blame Bludgeon for losing the war for the Decepticons. It sucks.
They rushed those last 5 issues. There's supposed to be like 15 to 20 issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, this looks bad.
Torturer.
The Shadow of the Torturer. Holy crap!
I'd buy that.
I'd buy that for $1. It was
I'd buy that for
$2.25 though.
RoboCop
It was
reference.
$2.25 though, but Ghost Rider, the man who sells comics. If you put his visage
I
on
know.
a comic, it will be sold.
Him or Punisher or
Punisher,
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
You put all 3 of them, the world blows up.
Yeah, that's why you can't do. That was like that fantastic. Remember that fake Fantastic Four where it was like
Yeah, it was Hulk, Ghost Rider for some reason, Wolverine, and
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is awful.
Like,
And then they
never
brought them back.
realized.
There's a one-off story, and then they brought them back for like an actual run, like just last year. It was so stupid.
Oh, I didn't like that comic.
Yeah.
The
The
newest
new
one, I
Fantastic
didn't
Four,
like
yeah.
that.
Can I point something out about that Ghost Rider? Marc
Yeah, go ahead.
Texeira is on inks.
Oh,
That's
so who's
interesting.
pencils?
Larry
Strowman.
Drawn them, well, whoever that is. I mean, no disrespect to the guy, but that's interesting because Texeira is an amazing artist, penciler. So the
There
idea
might-
that he was doing finishes, I guess it was like, do a whole bunch of stuff, whatever. I don't have time. I'll just do the finishes over top, so I don't have to think up the stuff. I could just. That's very so. It's so that's why it's all in his style.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
That
weird.
is weird. I
There
looked up
may have been an
the,
issue with him, or just too busy, or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
and the cool thing about this site is you can like they're links, they're hyperlinks, so you can click on the penciler and see what else he's done. So I clicked on the penciler to see what other stuff he had done, like X Factor and stuff like that as well. Green Arrow, I love Green Arrow, but I never got any of these, unfortunately. It's
the
I
Mike
don't know.
Grell run.
This is Mike Grell. Mike Grell's awesome, obviously, but
Yeah.
like I just I don't know, I didn't get any of these.
Yeah, this isn't a bad run at all. This was good. Like it's in the vein-ish of the Longbow series.
Longbow,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Longbow Hunters, Green Lantern, number 10. I would not have got. I've read, out of all of the big heroes that everybody knows, Green Lantern's the least that I've read. I never got any Green Lantern stuff. I don't know why. I got the toys. I love the toys. But I just never got any of these. This is Guy Gardner, I believe, right? Is this Guy Gardner's run or
Looks like it, yeah. Yeah, look at the size of those boots. That's obviously Guy Gardner.
yeah. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. Guardians, Sean, did you have this one?
Yeah, I collected up to a certain point. I love this run of Guardians Galaxy. It's actually their first ongoing series. They're always in someone else's comic, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
Marvel
these.
Tour
I
One.
know a lot of people don't
Well,
talk
yeah,
about
that's
them.
right.
I don't know if people don't like them or something like that. But
I thought these guys were amazing. This guy,
Yeah.
that's the strong guy. I can't remember his name right now. I did, even though I did.
Charlie 27 or something.
Charlie 27, yes, because
Yeah.
he's the 27th clone, right?
Yes, yeah.
He was the strong guy on the team. He could bench
Yeah.
press it or lift over his head about 5 tons. That was
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like it was very realistic. But look, it's Jim Valentino who eventually went on for
Valentino.
Image. You know, this outside of the Spider-Man and the X-Men, this was the #1 selling comic after those two
Oh,
big
really?
titles. Yeah,
Wow.
the Guardians. Eventually, they'd start calling them the Guardians 3000. But yeah, this is the original Guardians of the Galaxy team.
I respect that Valentino. Like it's like they offered Todd a comic, he took Spider-Man. They offered like everyone took the big guns, and he took Guardians of the Galaxy. And like it's a very niche thing, but you know what? I respect the man for that. It's like,
absolutely. Go ahead. I was just
No,
gonna say the characters are very. They have so many weaknesses, but there's this one guy, Prism, who's a glass cannon, literally. You pluck him too hard, he shatters.
Yeah.
But he's got all these, light powers and whatnot. You got the guy he's basically like a version of Captain America plus telekinesis, and he gets Captain America's shield. But if there's a slight breach in his very thin suit, Vance Astro, he dies. He immediately starts aging because of the way that his thing broke, his cryostasis tube broke. Like there's so many amazing characters. Whenever everybody gives credit to Donny Cates for the first Cosmic Ghost Rider, he appeared in one of the early issues of this comic. The original.
I like the Fire Lord. That was he was a herald in the future.
Yep.
It's a great, fun comic. Lots of action, lots of great design work. It's so fun. Anyway.
Awesome. Hawk and Dove. I like Hawk and Dove. I might actually have this issue because of there's a shop that's sort of in between my place and Steven's place, and they have like a $2 back room, and there's no order to it. It's just boxes on top of boxes. So every time I go there, I just kind of go through a box, and I may mark them with my own marker so I know which box I've gone through. Don't let them know. And I found a shit ton of Hawk and Dove. Well, I'll just grab these. So I might have this one, but I didn't read them yet. I just to have them. Hawkworld, here you go. Did you like Hawkworld, Bill?
I loved Hawkworld.
This is pretty badass. It doesn't get more badass than Hawkworld, I think. Like
it's my definitive vision of these characters and Hawkman in general. As cops and stuff, it's pretty cool.
I mean, it just looked like I mean. This is just one where you're like, this just looks awesome. I don't like every cover, just like the costumes and shit. Like, I don't know, like it just looked cool. Hellblazer never got in. Wow, this looks creepy, but I just never got into the Constantine outside of Swamp Things.
Hellblazer, yeah.
Hellblazer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Hellblazer.
Yeah.
Hollywood Superstars. This looks really cheese. Who is this?
I just realized I can promote this channel right now, this stream on my channel. I forgot I could do that.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you could do a little post.
Oh.
Yeah, so I forgot that. So I just now did that. But Hellblazer was made. You remember that first issue, the cover of that first issue?
Yes.
Pure paper, like that was just gorgeous, amazing cover.
They look cool. I always felt like they were too grown up for me for some reason. Like it's like I
No. Same.
Yeah.
When you're 13, it's like
Yeah, you're just like this is like I'm too dumb for this. It's like we're give me Incredible Hulk, here you go.
This was around the time. I mean, look at this. This is Peter David, Dale Keown. You were just talking about the Pit before, but this was when Banner was going through his multiple, things like Gray Hulk and Green Hulk would be pushing on the door together until they finally got the Professor Hulk out of it. Yeah, amazing stuff.
I'm gonna check and see if I have this one because I'm trying to get all the Gray Hulk appearances. But then I've kind of trickled over. It's impossible to get all the Hulks, but like I've got a bunch of them. Iron Man, the comic that nobody collected.
I did, but
I did also. Sorry, but yeah.
And I've said this before. I have stacks and stacks of Iron Man. I wanted to like it, and I'd read the next one. I'm like, and I read the next one. I think the concept is awesome. And his rogue gallery is cool too, but I found them very dull and boring.
I wasn't collecting this late in the game though. I stopped after Bob Layton got off the book. I kind of walked away from it.
Yeah, I read them like you watch SNL. It's like maybe this one will be funny, and it's like that kind of thing.
Well, I actually, and Sean has this too. I actually have every Iron Man comic from his inception up until 2000 and something. And I got it from an official Marvel released DVDs. They're DVDs, but they were data discs of PDF scans and I got all of Iron Man, all of Captain America, and all of Hulk. Every comic. I literally have every single Iron Man comic.
I'm sure they wish they didn't do that because they stopped doing that like after the third release. They're like, what are we doing? You know, because it's like they're in PDF form. You can just like send them to anyone.
And that may or may not have happened with some people.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's total scans. Like even the commercials and everything. It's crazy.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's really cool.
But they're official Marvel releases, so yeah.
And I do have that Hulk I checked. Okay. I had to because I was just like, do I have this one? We can skip some. Justice League.
Justice League America. Next one is Justice League Europe, which was a really good, funny comic book to read.
Yeah, I think
Justice League Europe, I think, was the best one of them at the time. I didn't realize they were written by the same people.
Yeah.
And Justice League Quarterly. There's a whole bunch of these here.
Like I love them now. As a kid, I was like, dude, just get the real Justice. You know, like you're a dumb kid, right?
Yeah.
And then
or a smart kid.
They relaunched it in the mid-90s with like the classic roster, right? But
I wonder if they'll ever make a Justice League movie. I'm just joking. We're not getting into it. Okay. Legion. Did anyone get Legion with Lobo making the guy smile? That's funny.
That is funny. No, I remember this comic book, but I never actually bought it. Who wrote it?
Alan Grant.
Alan Grant. Wow, he was doing a lot of DC stuff back then.
So who's Alan? Alan Grant is someone.
We saw he wrote a bunch of the other books in here.
No, but Alan Grant is not. He's a hero, isn't he?
Alan Grant.
It's Green Lantern. No, that's Alan Scott.
No,
Alan Grant is
Stephen Grant is the serial name for Steve Rogers.
Oh no, that's not. Yeah, that's not. Oh man, I just got that Captain America.
You're thinking Alan Scott for the Green Lantern.
Yeah, I was thinking Alan Scott. Yeah. I just got the
Grant.
Captain America serial on Blu-ray, which is pretty good. Okay, Legion, Last American. I don't know any of this. Laugh, leather and lace. Jeez, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Alan Grant was from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Zelda. Sean, do you have this one?
I do not have this one.
Oh, didn't realize they made this comics back then. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, they made Zelda, a couple Mario ones, and they made a Nintendo Comics and Stories, sort of like Disney Comics and Stories, with
That's awesome.
different. It's like Punch Out was in it, Metroid. It's pretty cool.
Punch Out. Wait, Mike Tyson's?
Yeah, they with Lil Mac and
Little Mac. That's what I was gonna. Holy crap! With the green gloves. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a whole thing on that on my channel, but
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I just watched an entire thing about how you could possibly can you beat that game without blocking? Is it possible to be? And I think you have to block once or twice, and that's it. And you can beat it without block. I didn't watch the whole video. I started watching it. Actually, it's like this guy trying to figure out if it can be done.
Most of them you did have to dodge.
You could just dodge instead of block, but there's a few that you have to do the block to perform the thing. Dark. I had this one. Legends. I had this one. Prey. I don't know if you guys like.
Oh, Legends. Yeah, they collected them as
that's Doug Munch. It's gonna be good.
Legion. I don't have any
more Legion.
Yeah. Lensman. This is basically like anime.
It's anime,
manga.
Right?
Yeah, it's like a manga thing. Lester Girls, The Lizard's Trail #2. It's like, can you add comic shop owner? Can you add Lester's Girls : The Lizard's Trail to my full list? Words that were never said.
Was that on the way to the Oregon Trail? I don't.
Oh, I loved Oregon Trail.
Who did?
Man, I was gonna get a shirt of that with just like the pixely art.
My youngest son is reading the Choose Your Own Adventure 4 series of Oregon Trail.
Oh wow!
Did you ever? This is so random. Did you ever get those books where it was like not Choose Your Own Adventure, but it was like their game books? Like there was 10 Doors to Doom.
Yeah.
Helm Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to use a dice, and you'd have to actually write down if you got like one time I got like a +2 spear, and I'm just like, oh, I'm using that.
Right. So I've got some of those, and then and I do have some of those, but these other ones were like more like pictures, where it was like you had to see something in a picture. There was a puzzle, you had to piece things together, I've got I actually have all the ones that they've ever made as far as I know, and I've scanned them all myself. I own the copies and I've scanned them all, and I made PDFs. If anybody ever wants, Sean, did I give you some of those PDFs? I gave you those, right?
No.
If you
No.
want them, you can get them from where we normally get stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Bill, if you ever, I'll show. They're so neat, and
I
it
would
was a
love to see 'em.
childhood thing. And I literally went on eBay and found every damn single one of them, and then I scanned them in high res, because they're so delicate, but like they're so cool. Anyways, it just reminded me of that. Lone Wolf and Cub. I own every Lone Wolf and Cub in the Dark Horse manga size release. It isn't. It's Americanized, so they made it so that you could read it like left to right or whatever instead of the other way. But this is the comic book version of Lone Wolf and Cub, which is really just the same thing, just in comic book form.
I remember being a kid and young teenager, and seeing that and just immediately mistaking it as Lone Wolf Club. And I was like, that sounds stupid, and walking away. And then some years later, it's like Lone Wolf and Cub. That actually seems like something I get into, but I walked away again.
It's my favorite manga. I own all of the Baby Cart films,
Really?
including the American translations with the Shogun Assassin, where they merged movies together. And I have the TV series. I think I have every possible thing you can have for Lone Wolf. I love the manga. There's the final fight between the hero and the villain is 120 pages of sword fights with no dialogue.
Wow.
It's just like it's insane. And if you don't know what the story is, I'll tell you about it afterward. But yeah, Mark Spector, Moon Knight. So are these the best Moon Knights?
Chuck Dixon? No,
okay,
they're not. Chuck Dixon, he's the guy who wrote the Breaking of the Batman. But no, these weren't the best of them.
Okay.
No.
Here's the Wolverine, basically title Marvel Comics presents.
Marvel Comics presents. This is, in my hot take here, this is the best anthology series in comics that I've ever read. I loved these. You'd get like on average 4 different stories in each one of these, and they were just amazing.
Yeah.
If you want to collect a lot of the Grey Hulk, there's a lot of Grey Hulk in here, in all of these books, and they're really fun. There's one where he actually fights Hulk Hogan.
Oh my God! I've never seen that. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, I gotta find these. I had a lot of these because I liked Wolverine. I liked all the guys that you thought that I would like for my age at that time. I was right in that target. It's like Punisher.
Oh yeah, they knew what they were doing with this comic. Yeah.
Right, Ghost Rider. Like it's like, okay, who are the generic guys that all the kids who thought they were cool liked? That's me. But Superman is still my favorite. Okay. Weapon. Here we go. Marvel copy. This is. I have this on digital. I don't have the physical copy of this, but
I had all the Weapon X parts. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And was confused as everyone else at the end too. So.
Yeah, and they're both on here because this was a bi-weekly comic. This is actually where I learned the word bi-weekly.
Oh, yes. Here's a swimsuit edition.
Woo-hoo. And this is what I mean about going through puberty way too early. This is smut.
I got this too, yeah.
This is smut, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Do I have anything for you guys?
Oh my God.
I've got that. I was gonna put here. I was gonna give you an Elvira.
Oh, there you go. That'll do it. How you doing?
Okay, Spider-Man, Marvel Tales, yep.
Marvel Tales, yeah.
Marvel Tales was always good, yeah, because these were reprints.
Yeah, I get 2 stories in this one.
Marvel Tales was reprints, yep.
Merlin, number 2, interesting. Malibu.
I just saw Knights of Pendragon above also.
Did we see that? Is that coming up?
No, K. So it was above. You skipped right past it. Yeah, no big deal. I think that was also Malibu too, though. So that's interesting. I wonder if they should have co-aligned.
What the heck? This looks like Archie mixed with like some sort of anime, but with metal bikinis. It's like interesting.
Archie meets Red Sonja.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. This and Heckle and Jekyll, the best cartoons in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel introduced in 6 consecutive months in 1990, they introduced a new comic, and it was like Namor and Spider-Man and RoboCop and New Warriors. One of them was Mighty Mouse.
Cool.
So yeah,
There's
Ghost
Mighty,
Rider was in there too.
Mighty. What the hell is
Oh,
it?
I got this. Mighty Mutant Animals. It was Archie's
Oh, gosh.
big crossover with Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles
TNT.
characters.
Yeah.
It was like a
Cool.
big, all the action figures are in that. So yeah.
Thor.
Or I don't
guess
think
we
I have
could
that
do-
one.
No.
No.
That's a good one. It's an important
Yeah.
one. I think this is
It looks
still.
cool, actually. Let
Is
me
this
see.
still Eric Masterson? I think this is still Eric Masterson.
Okay, so the writer is DeFalco, penciler Ron Friends.
Yeah, this was what was it? Issue number 380, I think, where it was the first time Captain America ever lifted Mjolnir.
Oh yeah.
And it was the same team, Al Milgrom and everything. I think this was the exact same team. Yeah, so that was like what, 40 issues ago. Like maybe I have the number wrong, but this is the same creative team. Yeah.
Mr. Miracle. I don't have any of these, man. Like, it's Doug Mensch.
I should go back and collect these because I like Mr. Miracle.
Same.
I do like Mr. Miracle. It's just I don't know. I just never. It's just I don't know. I didn't.
I think I actually stopped liking Mr. Miracle and Big Barda because that one. Here we go again. John Byrne's Superman comic book. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where he turns her into a porn star.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like, dude,
it's
you were
infamous.
so
Yeah.
pathetic.
Yeah.
Get Key Comics. Thank you for dropping
Nice
in.
with G.I. Joe #1 on there. That's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
cover.
Yeah, I'm in the middle right now of going back and rereading the John Byrne Supermans. I just started, so he's like on Apocalypse now, leading the revolution, and it turns out he's brainwashed or whatever. Namor.
I tapped out at this
Invaders.
point.
This was such a good series.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish it. I'm very close to finishing this series. I'm not as close to finishing Submariner, which is the one, I guess, right before this one. But I'm close. I'm gonna finish it. It's Namor. I gotta finish it. So.
And Glennis Wayne was on this. Glennis Oliver, and she married Len Wayne, one of the creators of Wolverine. So yeah, wow, that was back in the day.
And artist, writer, letterer, John Byrne.
He did so much of everything. Look, the guy
I
really
like
was
John
amazing.
Byrne.
Yeah, no, look, I think that I stand by the idea that he's a pervert, but he's an amazing art. I haven't said enough good things about him. He's one of the best out there, but look at that. But yeah, absolutely. He was up there. He was amazing.
Naughty Bits. Oh dear.
No, I'm good.
We'll go through a couple of these a little quicker here. New Kids on the Block. We can skip all that.
Oh,
I can't believe how many New Kids comics they made.
New Kids on Mike.
Yeah.
This right here. The next issue is X-Force #1.
Yeah.
Is it the next issue?
There's New Mutants 100, then X-Force 1.
Oh, 100,
that's right. 100. You're right. Yeah, but this. Yeah. Well, this is the beginning of the end. But this is it, man. Holy crap.
I have the first appearance of Cable, but not the first Deadpool. So unfortunately, I don't have the first Deadpool. But I think I have this issue, but I don't have the first.
And did you see how that was titled? How that was labeled in there? Click back on there, please. Look on there, Fabian Nicieza. I know that's not how you pronounce his name, but screw that guy. He only because we got into an argument because he made fun of me for not being able to pronounce his name.
I couldn't pronounce it either.
Yeah, nobody can. I don't think he can. Rob Liefeld is put down as the artist and plotter, which therefore translates him to being the sole creator. Being the guy who scripts the words doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why he's like, no, he doesn't get credit for Deadpool. He doesn't get credit for Cable. He doesn't get that stuff. So yeah.
Listen, I think on paper he's still Rob Liefeld. I've listened to every podcast of his, and he's gone through this 100 times. And he's like,
oh really?
Yeah, oh yeah, and he's talked about this a lot.
I've never listened to his podcast. Go figure.
I'm a big time. I have a Rob Liefeld short box right here, and it's like bursting. I've got the Rob Liefeld. I like Rob Liefeld.
Get some duct tape.
We're gonna be friends one day. I know it. But there's actually a personal thing linked to a family tragedy that Rob Liefeld's comics and like helped me and this other person kind of like get through. It's just like it's a thing that it can't be undone. You know, it's just like a thing like that. So, and Rob Liefeld was one of the main reasons we were able to kind of get through this. So that's just
that is awesome.
Yeah, there's just no way to go around it.
I've got a great idea for you how you can actually become friends with him. It's going to take a while, but you go to school for nursing, all right, just basic nursing.
Right.
And then at some point, he's going to need a personal nurse because he's going to be too old, and you just wipe his butt once in a while. You guys are going to be best friends.
Yes. Well, I've talked to him a bunch of times on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. He responds to, I post every time I buy something. He's the first person to like my post and like say thank you. I'll say this just as a quick like on his Facebook group, he thanks every person that buys anything of his. You take a picture, like, thank you so much, thanks for supporting. Gives me the thing. He responds to me. He'll copy my stuff. He'll retweet my stuff. He is interactive.
Yeah.
Right, and it's better than them turning around saying, "Don't buy my comics if you don't like my attitude." Right, and it's like, and Rob Liefeld, and that's the thing. Same with all these guys. They love that you're into it.
Every time I turn around on Twitter, somebody's like, if you don't like this, or if you do like this, block me right now or unfollow me right now. It's like, how about just shut up?
Yeah, just shut your mouth. Like, write the comic if you're, you know. I don't know. All right. New Teen Titans number 74. Marv Wolfman.
Yep.
So I have New Teen Titans for one.
Yeah.
I didn't get these either. I don't know why. I don't remember why I didn't. Like,
at a certain point, you stretch too thin. It's like,
yeah,
but I don't know.
Today there are too many comic books coming out. Back then there were too many good comic books coming out.
But I think
that's a great statement. I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah.
Hashtag J-Man copyright.
Oh wow! You I mean, you could at least put a little subtitle. You know, I'm quoting
I'll put after Bill or whatever, right?
But yeah.
But I made points. Like I bought New Warriors and I wasn't buying Teen Titans, so I don't know.
Oh, that really wow.
Yeah, I know that's bad.
See, I that being guilty.
I acknowledge it. You know,
yeah.
It's a poor choice, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's.
Nexus.
Hey,
they're trying to do stuff with him nowadays, and he's just not taking off for me.
Looks like Dr. Solar.
I was just gonna say it looks like Blue Dr. Solar,
yeah.
Or wannabe Cyclops.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my
Super
god!
Cool. I remember this
best worst comic ever made.
Yeah, I didn't buy the comic, but I had the card.
It's Joe Jusko. Jusko's the artist on this cover. Wow, I can tell by the signature. I don't even need to look at the thing. Yeah, here it is. He was a super cool guy when I met him. I bought where is it? I think it's here. Hold on, I could probably reach it and grab it.
Is Super Pro really the worst one or
no, the best worst one?
Oh, best worst. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the one that everybody can just be like, yeah, he really sucks. It's great, isn't it? It's like Trolls 2.
I met the cast of Troll 2. I got their autographs and everything. But look, I got
nice. Oh,
that's cool. Yeah.
And he pronounces his name Jusko?
I don't know. I was too scared to say his full name when I met him. I just like, I love your stuff.
That's the problem with us comics nerds, man. Like we don't want it to seem like there's any disrespect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to get the Namor corner. I was like, wow, it's beautiful. I bought all his cards and even the Ken Kelly cards and the Frazetta cards and the Boris cards and all that.
That's awesome. That really is a nice find, dude. Holy crap, that is really nice. Did you laminate that?
No, I didn't. I should though. But I met him at Fan Expo. He was there. My wife got a picture of me, him talking, and these were they're so cheap. They're like $20 or something, and he had the whole table was all the corners, and he signs it to you, personalizes. It's like such great experiences when you meet, and when you have a good experience, it's really heightened because it's like for $20 I got this great thing. Now it's like sometimes you go to these ones now and they want like hundreds of dollars for stuff. You're like, dude, like it's just brutal.
Every time every time I see Brian Stelfleas, he's just like, hey, Bill, what's going on? Da, da, da. I'm like, holy crap. I turn to my wife and say, that's right. Stelfleas knows me. So just little stuff like that, the interactions that you get. And people who sometimes might be an absolute jerk on Twitter or something like that, they're really great in person.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Steranko's going to be at Niagara Falls. I'm thinking I've got the Polaris cover, the green, the full green. I've heard though that he really talks up. Like if you're there, he'll talk to you for a while. So the problem is if you're not first in line, you're going to be in line for a long time. So,
Hey, got an offer for you, bud. For Niagara Falls Comic Con, do you get the press pass to get in there?
I don't get anything.
You know somebody who does, and I get a +1.
Awesome.
I'll call you my cameraman. I'll get you in, and let's just go hang out. We'll get all the we get to go into all the interviews. We get all the time. Yeah. Niagara Falls
Yeah,
Comic Con
let's talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, for there, it's better than freaking what do you call it? I didn't get to see The Undertaker that last time, but everything else, yeah. they give you good access.
I got I'm getting the people from the Terrifier are going to be there. Terrifier 1 and 2, and Art the Clown's going to be there, and I'm literally only going for them. I'm getting I'm bringing all the stuff and all that. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so let's go Nick Fury Shield 21. Ooh, what is this?
It looks like Grey Hulk, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not though.
Jackson Juice.
I don't know this one. Ninja High School. Oh, this is an anime thing.
It's probably anime or manga or something.
It's manga,
like
yeah.
Game Boy. That's funny.
Yeah, I had Game Boy as well.
How come it's not in all green?
It's all the Mario Land characters and stuff.
But the comic should be in all green, just like the Game Boy was.
Green, yeah.
Outlanders. Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I don't know who owned them at this point.
This is Malibu still.
Malibu, yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
I know they went to Dark Horse. Yeah.
Sure, nice. Inner Circle, is that say? Oh, Cold. What's that say? Cold Bucket?
I can't tell. Cold Cachet.
Cold Cash. Oh, okay. So it's actually cash. It's actually pronounced cash. It looks like cachet, but it's actually pronounced cash. That's when you have like if you're a prep or something like that, and you take like a bunch of survival things or guns or ammo, and you put in a case and you bury it someplace. It's called a cache, but it's spelled cachet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. War Journal. I have every issue of this, so I have this.
This is such a great comic book, man.
Yeah.
And look, artist Marc Texeira. That's one of the reasons why it was so good.
Oh, there he is. Yes.
Not inks, art.
Art, yeah. Puppet Master. I have this one. I think I have this one.
Never read the comics, but the movies were great.
I now own them all, and I just pre-ordered Dr. Death coming out next month. The new Puppet Master movie. There's about 13 or 14 of them.
Yeah.
Rock on, dude.
I've got a lot of the toys too. Quasar. Look at that.
This was just look, Mark Grunwald still there. Yeah, this guy is just I loved Quasar.
I like Quasar a lot. Yeah.
Such an underrated character.
Where are we at here?
This imitation Green Lantern.
Retief's a book series.
Oh, interesting.
That they made into a comic series. Yeah.
New Kids Again, Richie Rich, Riverdale, Robin. I had this in trade, but not in the original.
This was after the 4-issue miniseries. Actually, might be after both of the 4-issue miniseries. Were there 3 of them? Anyway, there was a lot of them. There's Tim Drake on his own. The first one was where he went against what would later be revealed to be Bane's father, the blind guy with the snake tattoos and stuff like that. Yeah. Yes. Every time that Robin would spin the bow staff, it would make the whistle. He says like, music again, and he'd duck and wow, and like it was amazing. And then they just punked him out. That could have been an amazing character, man.
Yeah, I remember. I have a trade paperback with all that in it. It's like one of the fatter ones. It's an older one, but RoboCop.
These should never be allowed to be sold for more than $1.
RoboCop. It's $1.50.
But I'd buy that for $1. That's
why would they sell it for that? Which like as kids you shouldn't be watching, but I did.
I watched it at 12 and it changed my life.
Yeah.
Sandman. There you go.
There you go. Conan, Savage Story. This is the best comic ever. There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the covers are always amazing.
Yeah, every cover is the best. So that's
yeah.
This is. I think John Bernard had left by this. Yeah, he did leave, but then he comes back later.
So look
I
at
haven't read
Brian
this.
Hitch, way back then, still doing comic books, man. This guy's timeless.
Sergeant Rock. Gru, yeah.
Gru.
Shade, I know Shade. I didn't really collect it, but I know of it.
Shade the
Shadow.
Changing Man? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadow.
Shadow, that's cool.
I guess the movie's coming out that year.
Oh,
I think,
yes.
right? Yeah.
And was this Starlin or was Mars on Silver Surfer by now? Oh, no.
Starlin.
Still Starlin. Yeah, he would have been on until at least issue 50, if I remember correctly. I think.
Yeah, these Silver Surfers were awesome.
This is
great.
right
Yeah.
there.
All of this, I think, was leading up to. Oh no, they already did. Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah.
You sure? I thought it was later in '91.
Was that later in '91? Whatever it was, this was. Yeah. You know, you're right. Yeah. I know this stuff because issue 50 is what actually kicked off or one of the things. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what you're talking about.
Infinity War's coming up in July.
Because after that it's like Watch and everything
and Ron Lim, the one guy I don't have on my gauntlet.
Yeah.
I've got the other 3 creators for the Infinity Gauntlet on there. I don't have Ron Lim, even though he was only on issue 5 and 6 or half of 5 and all of 6.
Yeah.
Still, man. This is when George Perez signed this. He kissed me, and Carlos at the comic book store didn't get the picture. I'm like, what?
Oh,
and it's funny. Perez is such a great guy. He was like, "Do you want me to kiss you again?" I was like, "No, it's okay, man. I love you though." I gave him a hug, and Carlos was like, "He really kissed you? I thought you were joking." I was like, "No, you dick." He really kissed me, like boom, right on the cheek.
Yeah.
Awesome. Spider-Man. I may have had this one, but
I have this. Yeah.
You have this, yes.
Anything Spider-Man I was collecting, so.
Here's the Spelljammer ones, which I'm.
Yeah, Spelljammer.
Yeah, more D&D stuff.
I had this, of course.
Yeah. This was such a great one. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean it's Todd.
All of these, yeah. This was back in the Count the Spiders. Remember?
The what? Sorry, the what?
Count the Spiders.
Oh, Count the Spiders. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would have the number on the cover someplace. I think it would have been in the bottom left. And then that's how many spiders are inside the comic book that you can try and find all of them. Like Todd, you know, people say bad things about Todd. He cared about Spider-Man. He cared about the comic book that he put out. That's what I'm talking right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He cared. Like, F the haters, man. Go sit in a corner.
Yeah, and plus the toy lines and stuff like that. It's crazy. Yeah, Stalkers. This cover looks pretty awesome. I don't know what the hell this comic is, but it looks pretty good. Star Trek to me is, I don't read the comics. I like all the shows.
I like the DC comics for Star Trek though. So
I saw Harvey Weinstein at first. I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Howard. That's hilarious. How much more do we? Oh, we're almost there. Okay, we're good. Okay, so this is all the Star Trek stuff now. Next gen.
Yeah.
Did they do Deep Space Nine? I guess no.
Not that I remember. It's TNG and regular Star Trek.
They never got movies. They never got comic books. Like, they slept on Deep Space Nine, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
Starman. I like Starman, but I didn't collect this Starman for whatever reason. But
because it was after the Jim Shooter era. It sucked after after issue 12. All of that stuff sucked. DP7 was okay.
Dude, I didn't know they did this. Those are my. Bill, did I ever show you? I've got the Avengers.
Oh wow! I never noticed that. That's funny. Holy crap!
I love Avengers, and I just watched Crimson Ghost Doctor Who episode with Diana Rigg as the villain in it just today, coincidentally. I didn't know this was a comic. That's wild. That's awesome.
I know what you're doing tonight. eBay.
Yeah. Well, first I get Destroyer. That's like number one. That's like number one to get. Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Is that Amanda Waller as a zombie? What the hell?
The most boring character.
I don't. Yeah, no.
And she shouldn't be, but yeah.
I know she shouldn't be. But...
it's not my fault.
Mario? I have this one.
Of course, you have this one.
Valiant.
Superboy. So this is the TV. This is the live action TV show comic book version.
This is the one I had an argument with a kid at school at. Where they're like, I was like, there's no Superboy in continuity because John Burns said Superman's the only thing and there's never a kid. And he's like, well, there's a Superboy comic. You're lying. And then we got into this big fight. So he brought the comic the next day. And I'm like, yeah, this is based on the TV show. But because the TV show is so faithful to the look, this looks like a real Superboy comic, but it's not. So,
Sean, I'm going to give you the leg drop win. And then
the atomic leg drop.
The pose for the win there. That kid didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Listen, we would do that if we weren't. All right, yeah, Superboy. I mean, that show's awesome.
The show is cool, man. That's cool.
Justice in the American Way. You're not allowed to say that, Jerry Ordway.
Can't say that.
Post-crisis Superman, where they tried to bring him down.
I know.
The Truth, the Justice. Swamp Thing, which is one of my favorite characters, but I didn't get any of these.
Under Wheeler? I don't know. I never read any of these.
Yeah, Alan Moore obviously is awesome. I have all those in hardcover.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tales of Beanwell, okay. Metropolitan, what is this?
Metropole?
I mean, this like screams boring comic to me. Like I would have never.
Well, it's like an indie thing, right? You know.
Yeah, absolute indie.
Ninja Turtles. Do you have this one, Sean?
I don't think the world was ready for indie like that. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I bought a lot of these Archie Turtles.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're fun.
Thundersaur. Oh, this is kind of neat. It reminds me of Heavy Metal Magazine or something. That just feels like a weird.
Right.
If there's nudity in it, it'd be like a
Innovation comic. What, dinosaur nudity?
Innovation, yeah.
Dinosaur nudity, that'd be interesting. Yeah,
I think Innovation had
Hey, what's up, Silver Surfer?
Innovation, I think they were the one, or either Innovation or Continuity did Ghostbusters. Like they somehow got the license for that. So yeah. Nice.
Probably because they had the right price. Here we go. Look, this is so sad. 4 issues away from the final one.
Yep.
God, I love these
thinking
comics.
that this is the end of the fad, and it's not.
Yeah. It's not. I was sad when it left, and it never got better. Never got better than this.
Yeah, but now you can watch those amazing movies.
Yeah, I know.
Just shut up. The 86 movie was the only good one.
That's the only good one. Yeah.
I love it. I saw it in the theater. Opening weekend, we got posters for it. They gave out posters.
That's cool.
I was a poor kid. I couldn't afford to. I read the comic book, the 3-issue comic book series, to see that Optimus died. And it wasn't until until 2 years later, when I was 12, that my buddy AJ was like, "You got to see the movie." I was like, "I mean, I read the comic. You got to see it."
Yeah.
Okay, and it was good.
I bought that movie on every version, every time, and even the soundtrack. Every time they re-release the soundtrack, I rebuy the soundtrack too.
Me too. Yeah.
The soundtrack was good. I used to blast that in high school, and people were just like, "You're such a dork." I was like, "Say it to my face."
Bill, you ever seen a movie called Turbo Kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The kid was that Jack Kirby? It might have been.
No,
I think that was Jack Kirby.
I don't think. No, it's just
Turbo Kid was the one where the kid turned into the car when he
got
wet.
That Turbo Kid is that, yeah. But also there's a movie called Turbo Kid.
There's a movie called Turbo Kid. It's a newer movie, but they got Stan Bush to do a song, and it's just like, I'm like, this is the best ever. And the movie's awesome too. Michael Ironside's the villain, and his name is Skeletron.
So come on.
Michael Ironside plays a villain. I'll show you some clips. I'll show you some things on it afterwards.
Yeah. I got to see that. That's
so
wild,
Jim Lee, X-Men. So I mean, Chris
Sorry, it was called Turbo Teen. Was the cartoon?
Turbo
okay.
Teen.
Thanks,
okay.
Teen, yeah.
Thank you.
You saw Jimbo. We already looked at Veronica. Spider-Man. Did you have Web of? I remember this cover.
Yeah.
First off, everybody who was anybody had Web of Spider-Man. This was the best Spider-Man comic book that was coming out. Better than Spectacular, better than Peter Parker, better than the regular.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that against Todd McFarlane, but like this was the one that just always had something crazy going on. Oh, and Tony Isabella was on this too. Nice.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Pretty good. Okay.
Wendy the Witch. I love Harvey comics. So.
Number one. What if? Which one's this? What if the all-new Aussie for X-Men had never existed?
Oh wow, nice.
Oh, huh.
Oh yeah, I remember reading this one. They would have died on Krakoa, and Professor X would have had to get a new team together.
Right.
It was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. In the X-Men tanking sales. Yes.
Oh, what the?
Oh, what the? I remember
Yeah,
this.
what the? Yeah, I got turned on
Yeah.
by Big Booby Wolverine.
Wow.
And
Wolverine,
Image
what has happened to you?
had Stupid.
Who's
which
who?
was
Okay, so
Who's
that's
who of the
This
DC
is
universe?
the Who's Who, but like the boring looking one. But yeah,
Mr. Mystic.
it's not as fun looking.
What is
That's
this? It's like Chandu or something.
Yeah. This is one of the characters that they based Doctor Strange on. Was Mr. Mystic.
Mr. Mystic, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's Chandu, the magician, and there's like a bunch of characters. He's like a not rip off, whatever. He's like, you know,
Mandrake.
Yeah, Mandrake the magician.
Chandu is the big one.
I've been listening to a lot of old radio shows, and it's amazing how many magic detective guys there are. But
yeah, Chandu is the best.
Yeah,
let's face the facts. Okay, he's the best. Yeah,
this is Lady Deathstrike versus.
Speaking of the best, you were just looking at a Marc Silvestri right there. I mean,
yep.
Man,
this is cool. Larry Hama, writer, Wolverine. Yep, this is a good one.
Gritty Hama.
Wonder Woman. George Perez. I like this one. Whole run of Wonder Woman, and then John Byrne takes over at some point, which I still liked it.
Yeah, it was good, but like the Perez was always, you know, spoken of as the ideal Wonder Woman. And
this is Wonder Woman to me. Yeah, if you have to ask me that actually the entire most of it is right under my desk here, like it's like right at my feet.
Nice. Yeah, whenever somebody says like, "What's the best Wonder Woman to read?" Anything that has George Perez on it, you're golden.
Where are we at? Oh, here we go. World Without End. Ooh, okay.
Cool.
It's cool.
X Factor, which I never got into, but I kind of wanted to, but I just never did.
But it's Louise Simonson. I mean,
it is Louise Simonson,
yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I mean, I've got all of these on digital. I went back and bought all the X-Men stuff digitally before Comicsology pissed me off.
What issue is that, in fact?
This is number 64 of X Factor.
64, man, went that far. Yeah, I didn't realize she was on the book for that far. Whilst, yeah.
Whilst, yeah. How do you say it?
Whilst. Yeah, Whilst Portacio.
Oh, Whilst Portacio, yeah.
One of the Image guys. He's the one guy that went to Image who was a founder, but he didn't have his own title.
Yeah.
Was Wetworks not his?
He didn't have his own run.
Oh no. Oh.
I don't know what. Yeah, I liked Wetworks though, but X-Men Classics. So these are reprints, right?
They're reprints, but they always had a couple extra pages of stuff in it, and they clarified a bunch of things more, so they were still crucially important.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is number 57 at reprints, issue 153. So
I bought most of these. I don't have this one, no, but yeah, I learned a lot about X-Men from these, you know.
Yeah,
and
these were required reading.
Like, I wasn't there in the 60s and 70s, so I don't know what's going on, right? Yeah.
Okay, and last one on the list was
Zorro. And I bought these Zorros, man. There's 12 issues of this. I like them. Most people didn't because they only last 12 issues, but
so is this the okay? I'm trying to look at the corner. Is this the YTV Zorro or Guy Williams Zorro's likeness? Because it looks.
It's a Guy Williams Zorro likeness.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
They're still basing it off they're still basing it off the old Disney. That's what people knew. Right. I know the YTV one you're talking about. It's not YTV, but they played it on YTV.
I know. I don't know what
I know. Yeah.
I guess that's a Canadian thing, YTV?
It's a Canadian thing, yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah, it was a Canadian thing. But
they did have a cartoon of Zorro before this, and they made toys for them also, and I had them. Yeah, I loved Zorro growing up. Like, he was just him and the Lone Ranger, they were the most believable characters. I'm like, awesome. I'm there.
You know what I did? You know what I never found out till later was that Green Hornet is a descendant of Lone Ranger.
Yeah, they're related.
It's John Reed and Britt Reed. He inherits this, like the silver mine or whatever. That's why they have the same mask, a green mask versus the black mask. And he's got.
I'm making the connections in my head. That is amazing.
And they have the sidekick who's a minority or whatever. Like, and
now I want to go back. I never read Green Hornet. I can never get into them except for the Bruce Lee episodes. And now I'm just like. I kind of want to go back and read up on him. That's amazing.
Yeah, nice. It's pretty neat. And I think it's the same creator and all that. And it's like he's got the car, he's got the horse, He's got
It's just a modernized version. Yeah,
it's just a modernized thing. Who was that masked man? It's like you can't tell, is he a good guy, bad guy? He's just on his own. Same with Green Hornet or whatever. And he's got the silver bullets. And then Green Hornet's got, I guess his dad was rich.
Stun gun or something, right?
Yeah, he's got like he uses gas, so it doesn't really. It does well. Lone Ranger doesn't kill because it's the cost of a bullet, right? He doesn't want to shoot if he doesn't have to. Yeah, Zorro's awesome. I love all these too.
Nice.
Good. We finished kind of on time, which is good. I'm gonna show you, since we mentioned Turbo Kid. I want to show you Turbo Kid. So guys, to everybody in the chat, officially the 90s comic stuff is done. Now we're moving on to just shooting the shit for a second here. So look at like there's Michael Ironside, and look at this guy. It's like this is like, I think this is Skeletron. It's like literally like this girl is the best. He
looks like the mask for Lord Humongous.
Yes.
Okay,
so you won't be able to tell. There's no point, but hold on. I don't think there won't be. There's no. That mask right there is the Lord Humongous mask, but it's just the black version of it.
Blow up just you.
Yeah.
You can't. There.
Can't see it. Yeah. I don't know what I'm looking for. Okay, right there. Nice.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. That's just a coincidence. They just happened to use that mask that's there. But yeah, this movie is super fun, and it has the song in the beginning. So it's a movie that's made now. This is before Stranger Things and all that. It's a movie that's made today, but it's made to look like it was made in the 80s, but it's in the future. So in the beginning, they're like, it is the year 1993. The world is destroyed and all that, right? But it was made a few years ago, but they wanted to make it look like it was a movie made in the 80s about the future.
Oh my God. Turbo Kid. That's what this is called?
Turbo Kid, yeah.
I got to see this. That's perfect.
It's super gory, and like all of the references are there. And like he makes like she's like she needs a weapon, so he makes her this weapon, which is like a stick with a gnome on the end of it that's pointy. So she uses and she's like, this is my weapon. And she's like, this is my, she doesn't say boomstick, but she says, it's basically Army of Darkness, but she doesn't say boomstick. She said, I can't remember the exact line, but it was something like, this is my like gnome stick. She's like, this is my gnome stick.
I was thinking gnome stick because you said they put a gnome on the end. Why wouldn't it be gnome stick? Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's all Canadian too. It's all Canadian made.
Cool.
It's good. All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up for this thing. Let's see what Silver Surfer was saying.
The Waynes were watching Marc of Zorro the night Batman was born. Yes, they were.
That's a great movie. That Marc of Zorro is a great movie. So what's classic? He had what was also okay.
Yeah, there was a family tragedy. I remember that, and Wetworks was sort of like, it was hard to find because they came out so sporadically. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Wetworks is fun to read when you can find it.
I've got a few. There's a shop next to where my escape room used to be, in Burlington, where they had it's a whole back room. Sean, I'll take you one time. We'll go one time. Yeah. It's like 50-cent back room, so it's just like a back room. And he's like, "Do you like?" I was like, "I like 90s comics." He's like, "Have at it." I literally brought a file box, and I just filled a file box. You know,
he can't get rid of them, so he's like, "Gee, man, right this way."
He didn't even care. He's just like, "Tell me how many you got." Like I said, I spent $100. Like, sure. He didn't count. Like, he's not going to count it, or like, I just, I was like, yeah, I gave him $100, and so 50 cents or whatever the math is. It's like, that's many comics I bought. It's a couple hundred comics right there, which is crazy. So it was awesome. That's a great place, and I got a lot of stuff there. I actually I almost redid. I did a lot of Supreme issues. I got a lot of the Youngbloods and the Team Youngbloods and the Brigades and all that. It's like he's like, you could probably complete the entire Image run. so if you're willing to have patience to go, I was like, I sat my ass down. I'm like, I'll go through all these damn things. How late are you open?
Yeah.
Give me the key. I'll lock up.
Well, I had an escape room. I don't know if you know, Bill. I owned an escape room.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for 5 years. We closed it because of the pandemic.
I think you did tell me that. I think
yeah,
that
I
you
may
did.
have,
Yeah.
But it was right next to it, so I was just like, I'd be like, I'm going to the shops. I leave my employees. I was like, you guys you can handle this. I'll be back. It's like, you're in charge. I'm coming back. I was the best employer ever. You'd watch movies and stuff. Well, I hired all these young people because they're paying the minimum wage. And they haven't seen any movies. So I'm like, you haven't seen Terminator? Like, no, we watched the Terminator movies. We'd sit in the back room and watch movies. Like, because it's like when a person's doing the room, you don't have to do anything. You just have to watch them, and when they need a hint, you give them a hint, and then that's it. Like there's nothing to do. Like you're just sitting there waiting for them to complete the game for an hour, and they go out, and then you put everything back and start it again.
Did it close down because of the Rona?
Yeah,
that's a shame.
But we didn't lose money, and we ended up just kind of breaking even. I may have gotten a little bit out of it, like maybe like $5,000 or something. But it was 5 years of like running it, and so that we lost time, right? That's we didn't lose money, but we lost time, so that sucks. But
I know the feeling, dude. Every time I moved to a different country, I had to start all over again. I'm starting all over again now.
Yeah, that's brutal. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Yeah, we ended up on a pretty good time. Anything else anybody want to mention about? I guess this is for the January 1991. We are going to do 90 or February 1991, but I think the next stream, I'm going to be on Clobberin Times this Monday, and we're covering Brave and the Bold number 150, where Batman teams up with Superman, and it's a Bob Haney, so it's Earth B. And I'm now Clobberin Times' partner on Earth B because it's just silly, and I like silly stuff. I legitimately like them. Like every time we review one, I go and buy it. And we're poking fun at it, but we're having a fun talking about it. It's more out of love for it, and we're not saying Bob Haney's an idiot or like because he wrote wacky ass stuff. Like we reviewed one.
He wrote Doom Patrol. He created Doom Patrol.
Yes, yeah,
one of the three creators.
One of the Brave and the Bold issues, the villains come out of the comics and kidnap Jim Aparo, and I'm like, this is awesome. They force him to draw Batman and Sergeant Rock getting killed, and then he escapes and calls Bob Haney. He's like, the villains are after me. What am I going to do? I'm like, this is insane. Like, this is the best comic ever. And I bought it at the next show. I'm like, I got to buy this issue. This is awesome. So that's on Monday. Tuesday's wrestling, and then Thursday's Ant-Man for us. So we won't be streaming.
No.
Do you want to do something Friday to talk about Ant-Man?
Sean, I thought you wanted to talk about Ant-Man, but I don't know if we want to talk about that movie afterwards.
It's up to you. Bill, I don't know if you're seeing Ant-Man or not.
If you want to, I don't know. The kids kind of want to see it. I might go.
Yeah, so we may or may.
When does it come out? The red carpet was just like 2 days ago, right?
This upcoming Friday officially, but usually they show. We're gonna watch it Thursday. So
yeah. We go. I ordered tickets in advance for all this stuff, and my buddy from he also will get press screens, but mostly for movies and stuff. Sometimes he gets press stuff because he has an action movie site, so they'll give him. But I think he's going on Tuesday, and I think he only got one pass or something. I don't know. So we're gonna go on Thursday. We bought our tickets, so I might do something on Friday or maybe Saturday night, but I'm thinking Friday might be better. I don't know. Let's keep it loose. And Sean, you can just tell me if you want to or not. Let's go from there. All right, guys. Well, that is it. Sean, you're posting a bunch of stuff. I got your links in the thing. Bill, you've got your.
I've got a channel.
You got a channel. All right. Well, I guess that is it then. Then hopefully we'll see you guys on Monday. If not, then Tuesday. Take it easy.
See ya.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.